Everything is being woven in the right ways in the right time, and everything you are doing right here, right now, is exactly where you should be. Welcome to Intuition Unlocked, the podcast empowering empathic women who feel misunderstood, overwhelmed, or disconnected from their intuition, begin to trust their sensitivities, find inner clarity, and show up with embodied, unstoppable confidence in their daily lives. I am your host, Olivia Ashley, an empath and intuitive, and I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to today's Intuition Keys episode. These episodes are a sacred pause to reconnect to yourself, your energy, and your own inner wisdom. In these episodes, I provide you with specific channeled messages that can offer you reflection, insight, and intuitive clarity on what is going on in your life. Today's main theme from the messages is a revival is here. There's a powerful energy in this community that is moving through all of you. It is one of awakening, transformation, and reclamation. And as you listen to these messages, allow your intuition to guide you. Notice what resonates, what stirs something within you, and gently set aside what does not. Take what you need and leave the rest. And today's messages really share guidance around completing long-standing cycles and finding closure, surrendering to the divine timing and releasing the need to figure it out, supporting your heightened intuitive gifts with grounding and energetic boundaries, and embracing your evolving role as a feminine leader, whether it's in your home, community, or personal life. So let's get into them. The main message and theme that came forward was a revival is here. There is a stirring, a pulse, a vibration, and a breath of fresh energy that is signaling a revival is here. With this revival brings a calling to expand, to lift your gaze, and courageously reach toward the new heights that have been calling your name. And with this, it is time to leave the shadows behind, not as something to be ashamed of or lock away, but knowing that this is terrain you've already walked and learned from, and so you can let it go. And you can let the light come in once again. You can let trust back into your heart, and you can let your spiritual connection, your intuitive knowing, and your soul's wisdom lead you. You are being invited to anchor deeply into the earth at this time, while also stretching up into the higher realms of spiritual truth. Because this is where the real power lies, when you can hold both and anchor it here. Because you are not just awakening spiritually and expanding spiritually, you are also being asked to embody this energy and this revival in your daily life here on this earth. And your revival isn't a sudden leap. It is a slow, sure, steady returning to your wholeness. And you are moving out of the deep inward cocoon, the period of transformation, and beginning to emerge. And you're wiser, you're more grounded, and you're ready to use your voice with presence and clarity. In the coming days or weeks, you may notice feathers showing up in your path. Know that this is a sign and a confirmation when you see this, of this revival. It is a reminder that you are never alone and that your transformation has been witnessed by forces greater than you. Let them reassure you and strengthen your spirit as you step forward into new terrain. And here are 4 more messages that are relative to this main message of a revival is here that will give you more insight and guidance relative to this. Message 1, a cycle of completion. This message comes with the sense of closure. You are standing at the edge of a long, significant cycle in your life. One that I sense has spanned the last 5, 8, or even 10 years of your life. It has been a book filled with deep lessons, hardship, soul excavation, and inner transformation. You've grown through grief, uncertainty, heartbreak, and breakthrough. And throughout it all, you have stayed. You have tended to your wounds. You have learned to be present with your process. Now the wheel is completing its turn. And with this ending comes a sacred pause, a moment to look back and reflect. Notice what themes have cycled through this period of your life. What version of yourself began this era, and who are you now as it closes? because there's definitely some aspects from where you started and where you're ending that are coming up to be looked at once again. You are asked to honor the work you've done and to hold space for any last healing that still wants your attention. Your energy does not need to rush forward. Know that sometimes the deepest healing happens just before the door closes, before this wheel turns and the cycle ends. So know that a powerful practice right now could be to physically plant something, a flower, a tree, an herb, or just a seed of any type. And let it be a symbolic act of closing this cycle and rooting the intentions for what's next, for the new beginning. Because as this plant takes root and grows, so too will you into this new cycle of the wheel of your life. Message 2. Surrender to the divine. There is a sacred lesson in surrender right now for you. You may be seeking answers, clarity, or a sense of control, but your higher self is gently inviting you to pause, to let go of the urgency to figure it all out. I get the picture that you may be pulling daily oracle cards, seeking external validation from your intuitive readers or other outside sources, or you're asking the same questions over and over, but not really fully accepting the answer. The Spirit wants you to know there's nothing more that needs to be asked. The answers aren't here because your future is still being written. Instead of searching for the how, the what, the why, the when, the message here is to live in the now, to root into the moment you are in, and to find joy, nourishment, and grounding in your everyday life. Because you are already creating your future through your daily choices, through your energy and your presence that you are choosing now in this moment. And the space of not yet is incredibly important when you don't have the full clarity of what's to come, or you don't understand how this is all going to be woven together. This is a season of trust building with the divine, because the divine is already co-creating with you, even when it feels quiet, even when nothing seems to be moving or making sense. Behind the scenes, doors are aligning, people are preparing, and opportunities are coming. So can you let yourself release this grip that you're holding? Can you hand over those worries and those questions and the desire for timelines and let them go? Trust, breathe. Rest into this knowing that you are deeply supported and you can surrender it all up to the divine. You're right where you need to be and you're not missing anything. Everything is being woven in the right ways in the right time, and everything you are doing right here, right now, is exactly where you should be. Message 3. The owl brings new sight. There's a really strong understanding and feeling that your senses are awakening and tuning to new heights, to new frequencies, kind of like an upgrade. And you may feel even more sensitive, aware, and attuned than usual, which can be both really beautiful, but also overwhelming for us sensitive empaths and intuitives. They're showing me it's like your inner radar is picking up more signals, like your radio frequency went from 10 stations to 20, and you're not quite sure what those are yet. You haven't gotten through them all and distinguished them, and so it kind of just feels like noise or extra energy or input, and so your capacity is having to expand, and that's a little uncomfortable, or it might feel like you're not getting the same amount of messages or clear messages as you have in the past. And that's okay because your body and your energy field and your intuition are just working to adjust to this heightened sensitivity. So you're not missing out, but there are ways you can help yourself through this period. This is the time to start a grounding practice to make sure that you're building daily practices that will support your energy system and your intuition. This can look like physical grounding, bare feet on the earth, sunlight on your face, deep belly breathing, going for a walk outside. And these will bring your awareness into your body and out of this mental overstimulation and also these heightened senses. Then you can do energetic grounding as well. You can do this by visualizing a golden or pearlescent light bubble all around your body and energy, knowing that it's cleansing your aura and moving out anything that is not yours. And then you can also anchor your energy by imagining a grounding cord of light coming from the base of your spine down to the center of the earth. You can connect with the earth's energy and then bring that energy and light from the center of the earth back into your body, your root space, and let it come into your heart. This will help you stay grounded while also connecting to this anchoring energy that can help clear energetic debris and restore your clarity. So know that as you do this, if you practice this and make it a habit, space will open for you to hear the intuitive insights meant just for you. You'll begin to discern what all this noise, what these new stations are, and what's the guidance there for you. Because your intuitive system is coming more online in a deeper way. And the owl presents itself as a reminder to you that wisdom is all around you, but you must create the quiet and the spaciousness to receive it. But the owl is your guide here. There's a lot of wisdom and psychic wisdom, intuitive wisdom that is wanting to come forward. So know your new sight is here. Let it unfold and support it. Message 4 and the last message. Embrace your feminine leadership. A new archetype is rising within you. It's very beautiful and strong, and it's that of the feminine leader. This isn't the old model of leadership based on control, domination, or striving. This is something ancient and revolutionary all at once. This is heart-led, embodied, empathic, compassionate, intuitive leadership. It is a leader who sees the unseen, who holds space, who gives grace, and creates change by how she lives, not just by what she says. And you are being invited into this role. How amazing. And this might be in your home, your community, your business, or creative work that you're being asked to step into this. And know that feminine leadership is less about position and more about your presence. It's not about overpowering others, but embodying a deeper, wiser power and energy that is rooted in compassion, balance, and integrity. And this is coming because you are here to show a new way forward. A revival is here. The wheel in your cycle is coming to completion and a new one is emerging. And so you're going to be stepping into a way, if you welcome it, that honors both the lion and the lioness within. That you will not only be feminine in your leadership, but you will balance it with the masculine qualities that help leaders thrive. So you will hold strength with softness. You will bring structure and flow, and you will have clarity with creativity. And you don't need to look like anyone else in this role. Your leadership will take its own form. So trust your own embodiment, lead with your values, and let your life be your message. This is a big responsibility, one that will ripple into the world through the way you love, live, and lead. There are many of you that are stepping into this because there's an impact. I see a tidal wave that is coming to transform things as they are. So embrace it, welcome it, lean into it, and know it's a learning journey. Today's messages really showed that you're in a season of great transformation. A revival is stirring within your soul, guiding you to rise, not as who you were, but as who you truly are and are becoming. You are completing old cycles, you are surrendering old timelines and receiving new sight. And yet through it all, you're asked to trust deeply, bravely in what's emerging. Remember that your past chapters are complete, so honor them and let them teach you. And you don't need to have all the answers right now. Know your presence is enough. Remember, your sensitivity is a gift, and with care, it can become your greatest guide. And you are a leader, not in the old paradigm way, but in a way that only you can embody. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend and follow the show. And don't forget, we are currently doing a giveaway for a free intuitive reading with me. All you need to do is leave a rating and review on the show wherever you listen, send me a screenshot, and you will be entered to win. All the details are in the show notes. And until next time, keep trusting your path, honor this transformation you're moving through, and remember, your revival is already unfolding. Thank you for joining me on Intuition Unlocked. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of insight, guidance, or intuitive inspiration. To dive deeper into our community and get access to exclusive content, head to my website at www.olivia-ashley.com and subscribe to my newsletter. You can also connect with me on Instagram at wildlyolivia for daily inspiration and updates. Remember, your intuition is your superpower. Trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you. Until next time, I'm Olivia Ashley, and I can't wait to connect with you again.